In the welterweight division of UFC Fight Night, you got Bryan Battle taking on Gabe Green. This should be an interesting fight. Bryan Battle's still relatively new. He's 9-2 though. Gabe Green comes in at 11-4. Battle 3 inches taller at 6'1". They're both relatively young, so age is not a factor. Battle has a 4-inch reach advantage. He stands right-handed, but Gabe Green is a switch stance fighter, so we'll see if that can cause problems. Also, Gabe Green is very active. 6.2 significant strikes per minute to 4.4 for Battle. Both guys land less than a takedown over the course of 3 rounds. Now, when we look at Bryan Battle's stats, just a few fights, right? I mean, he's had 4. He came into the UFC and fought Gilbert Urbina, won that by submission, beat Tresean Gore, beat Takashi Sato by KO, and then came back and lost in his 4th fight. He was 3-0, lost to Renat Feretinov by decision. So he's looked good in his first 4 fights. I mean, 3-1 is not bad for a new UFC fighter. Now, we look at Gabe Green in his last fight. He lost to Ian Gary by decision. In fact, he went to a decision as an eye-opener. Before that, he beat Johan Lainez and Phil Rowe. He also lost to D-Rod, Daniel Rodriguez. So 2 of these fighters, Ian Gary and Daniel Rodriguez, that he lost to, will be going at it on this card as well. So he's lost to 2 really good fighters. Man, this is a tough one. A very tough prediction here because both guys are very capable of winning this fight. And I'm looking at the odds to see if there's anything that I'm missing, and it's nearly 50-50. So, gosh, as much as I like Bryan Battle and the way he's come up and the fact he's 3-1 in the UFC, 6-0 outside, I still like Gabe Green to barely win this fight. And I say barely, meaning I'm not going to be surprised if Bryan Battle pulls this off. But when takedowns and takedown defense is not really a factor, I got to go with the guy that has more significant strikes and is proven, and that's Gabe Green with 6.2 per minute. I mean, that's nearly 20 per round, 60 over the course of 3 rounds, 30 per round, 90 approaching 100 throughout the fight. A little off there in the math. Thinking 3-minute rounds, there's 5-minute rounds. So Gabe Green is approaching 100 significant strikes when he goes a distance. So I like him to win this fight, to move to 12-4, likely by decision, but easily outstriking Bryan Battle by like 20, 30 significant strikes to get the win here. Welterweight division, UFC Fight Night.